Welcome back. Let me now come back to you to continue from where we stopped.
If the young people in the community have nothing to do, if they have nothing to engage them, they will eventually, as in, go into vices and start doing things that do not favor the general community. But if there is sports, they have places where they can go, as in engage themselves in in sports. They have soccer fields, they have basketball courts, they have skating rinks. Like I'm a skater. They have these things to engage them. They won't have the mind, or they won't have the in quotes free time to be thinking of vices. I believe that if we can have these small competitions, small, if it's football, basketball, if it's tennis, if it's skating, if it's no matter the sport, if we can have these small competitions amongst within these sports in Nigeria and in places where you find where they are prone to vices, if you can have these small competitions there, I believe this is going to attract a lot of and mop up a lot of how would I put it now? A lot of unused energies by the youth. If you have these small competitions and they get rewards for the competitions, they get good rewards, not just them coming participating for participating sake. That gives them the motivation to prepare. And as they are preparing, they are taking their time and they are bettering themselves. They are keeping fit. They are keeping as, as in the economy moves because of the economic advantage that okay they have to buy, they'll buy kits, they'll prepare, they'll do a lot of things. These things will mop up the energy, like I've said earlier. Mop up the energy, and then you will see reduction in vices.
All right, but to what extent will you say sports has brought about peace in Nigerian communities?
Naturally, for everybody who is involved in a competition, the idea is to win. I mean, even Nigerians now are not happy because the Super Eagles did not qualify for the African Nations Cup. You see, so the idea is when it's a competition, we win. But the on the holistic view, it's beyond the competition. It's about the familiarization. It's about the unity. It's about the platform. You know, it affords every one of us to learn cross culturally. So I think it's about telling our people once again that it's about these things. But for every of the player, not the spectators, not the fan, it's about winning. And right now, even for the fans, because they put much of their energy into it, you know what it means to support a team, and you buy tickets, the energy you want to win. So, but beyond winning, I believe every one of us know that life goes on and life continues. Even if we don't win today, we can always win another day. And I think that is the beauty of sport.
Well, as in this thing can actually be intertwined. It doesn't have to be novelty matches against just regular competitions. We can do it in such a way that and proceeds from the competitions can also be used to fund those things that you've mentioned. But we do not necessarily have to dissociate the both of them. If we're going to do good, if we're going to do charity, we can do it no matter what we are doing. So that's why I believe.
All right, just hold it for a second. Let's look at our social media platforms. Some messages are streaming in. Let's take a look at some before we come back and continue the discussion. Well, the first one we have is from Usman Muhammad, and he says, sports brings people together, irrespective of their cultural and religious affiliates. They unite and chant the same tune. That's from our Facebook page. Well, up next is from our Twitter handle, and it's from Atelema Speaks. It says, sports fosters the ideology of progress and sustainable growth. Nigeria is yet to exploit the development capability of sports. Development is a key element sports has a role to play in fast-tracking the system. He goes on to say that Nelson Mandela was unequivocal on what sports can achieve. Peace and unity were significant in his view. He further adds that it drives a mindset towards one goal and can reposition a collective for a common good. The dynamism of sports is its ability to engage and inform on the power of coexistence. Well, Telema Speaks said this in a number of tweets. About 4 of them were just combined all to bring this to you. Well, the next tweet is from @TaiBasi1. It says, I can really see sports fostering peace and unity. And he adds that Egypt is a clear example. And next up is from @HandleIW. It says, the role of sports in fostering peace and development is enormous. It will drive the spirit of sportsmanship and foster economic ties.
Well, those were some of the messages that were coming in on our social media platforms. But coming back to you now, how can Nigerians use sports to foster peace in communities that have either been hit by one form of conflict or the other?
The first thing I would want to see us do, let me use Nigeria as a case study, is to go back to grassroots and encourage sports. Encourage these young ones. They have a lot of energy, untapped, unused, and energy is all about direction and not just the substance in it. Let's help them rechannel their energy to something good, skills that can be earned and nest and trained and retrained also. So I think we should go to the grassroots and encourage sports. And these young folks, including myself, I'm not old, we see that there's more to life than just sitting down and gaining weight, doing nothing, and also probably because you are doing nothing, you become susceptible to being a tool for social vices. So I think we should go back to the grassroots and encourage sports, and our sports can grow from there. And people begin to appreciate, traveling for one competition or tournament from one state to the other for tournament, begin to make you learn and appreciate the differences of other people, rather than just sit down and say, no, because they are different, they are not acceptable. So I think it's all about exposure to sports guarantees and makes us appreciate exposure, and the exposure, the exposure makes us appreciate the differences in other people and other cultures.
To add to this, to what he has said, I believe that if there are more like entrepreneurial endeavors in sports, like people as in clubs or organizations holding their own events and holding their own events and encouraging sports from the grassroots, we do not necessarily have to say everything is the government. If organizations can do those and support sports in the grassroots, I believe sports is going to be a very, very good way to foster peace, because we will engage our young folks, we'll engage them and not. Hello?
Go ahead, we can listen. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, we'll engage our young folks, and we won't be bothering we won't be bothering about them engaging in vices.
All right, guys, thank you all for coming on the program this afternoon and sharing your thoughts. But that's where we have to leave the conversation today. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be joined after the break by another sports enthusiast for more analysis on this topic. Please join us again.